Hi, I'm Lisa Duff. I'm a film producer. I've produced documentary and feature films, and I currently work at Screen Australia, which is the federal government film funding agency in feature film and TV drama. Yeah, I started producing short films and documentary many years ago. I volunteered producing short films for a few years. And then I got my first documentary happening with SBS and a couple of documentaries with the ABC. I've done a documentary for Discovery Channel, and then I started doing feature films. I've done 3 feature films. So I've worked in producing predominantly, but I've also taught film and television for many years, part-time. It's no one thing that makes a film stand out. But I'd say in general at Screen Australia we are looking for distinctive projects, and what that means is we look for something that hasn't been done before. We're a cultural screen agency, so we need to see Australian cultural content. We need to see a pathway to an Australian audience, a strong pathway. You need to have a distributor on board with a great strategy for getting it out to an Australian audience. So if we read it and it's something we think that's hitting the mark culturally, it's maybe addressing concerns that we have as a community or a society at the moment, that's always great. It's agenda setting, it needs to be made now. And the creative team, we look at an interesting creative team, people that are basically have a track record, or if they don't, are attached to people with a track record, so we know that they're going to make a good film. So networking in the film industry is vital. And quite often people are too scared, they're too shy, they don't know where to find networking opportunities. A lot of your work is going to come from people you meet. It's all about who you know and who you meet. So any opportunity you can gain. You have a state screen agency, you have Screen New South Wales in Sydney, Film Victoria in Victoria. Every state has a screen agency. Sign up to their newsletter. It's really important to go to events. A producer the other night said, the first time I see someone, I'll ignore them. The second time I see them, probably ignore them. The third time I see them, I'll think, oh, I've seen that person before. The fourth time I might say, oh, hi, what are you up to? Put yourself in front of people and they'll start recognising you. Events like this, just make sure you get out there, you meet people. While you're studying, it's a perfect opportunity to watch films. Make sure you watch a lot of films. Make sure you work out what you like in a film, what works for you, what you want to do with your career, which department do you want to work in. Quite often you speak to students and the whole group will say, I want to be a director. The reality is not everybody is going to direct. Not everyone's going to produce, but there's a lot of opportunities in the industry to maybe, work on locations, work as an assistant director, work in unit. There may be something that you find that you've got a passion for, but if you don't know it exists, you won't be able to embrace that.